An immigrant, now a citizen. Lucian Kwasi is a middle-aged man that talks with a sense of security. He is an immigrant from the country of Ivory Coast in Africa. He wears a button-down, purple-striped shorts, and a watch. He uses hand gestures to get his point of view across. He has a mild accent that sometimes gets in his way of his S's at the end of a word. He looks stern but seems sincere as he talks. The U.S. do not have all the facts when it comes to countries. So therefore, making certain decisions affect me as an immigrant, because when things go bad back home, it affects families, which include my family. And so therefore, any decision that the U.S. makes in a sense affects me. Being a citizen, I would say, is like a dream come true. Everybody dreams to be a citizen. Being a citizen allows you to participate in daily life in the U.S. Being a citizen makes you competitive, allows you to vote, which in some countries is not even possible. So being a citizen gives you a lot of advantage. Being a citizen, it's a opportunity for them to do whatever dream they had before coming here. So in conclusion, being a citizen is like a dream come true. Oh, absolutely. The U.S. intervening, they're changing the reality of the country. I believe that they should leave that choice to the people that live in Ivory Coast. So the war affected everybody, including myself, in the sense that there were 3,000 lives that were taken for no reason. 2,000 people, almost 2,000 people died. And every family was displaced. So therefore, it affects us. It affects me tremendously. The country has not since the war found itself. So definitely the war affected all Ivorians, including myself. The Ivory Coast is like a symbol of America, where you have all people coming from all over the surrounding countries. So I believe that the war changed all of us a little bit. People like to have the American dream. First of all, let's think about what is the American dream? The American dream is the ability to live freely, to be able to get a better education, be a homeowner, be able to have a generation that can strive for excellence. So I believe that accomplishing the American dream, it's important in that sense. It's more than just something you get. It's something that goes on from generation to generation. So the dream is very important. Realizing the dreams are very important. Education, homeowner, and live freely. Well, I would say for myself, it wasn't, other than the language barrier, it was not such a big change. Everybody's dream came from every other country to the Ivory Coast because they could have everything that they possibly could dream of. Everything that I've seen here, I've seen back home. I went to one of the best schools in Ivory Coast. And I remember at the time, maybe around 1980s, when I went to school, we did have whiteboard. And when I came here, some colleges didn't even have whiteboard. So for me, it wasn't a change except for the language, and also for the opportunity. Back home, it was difficult to have this opportunity. Whereas here, if you work hard, definitely you'll be able to strive for excellence. So there was not that much change, just for the language and the opportunity. Well, listen, back home, I was a student, okay? Back home, I was a student and I've never worked before. Back home, I went to school all my life. I went to, what do you call that, boarding school. After that, I went to university. I spent 2-3 years at the University of Ivory Coast. From there, I came to the US. When I came to the US, as you can imagine, I had to do all types of jobs, starting work at McDonald's, working as a security guard, working at a gas station, and so forth. So I had to do all those kinds of work, occupation. Whereas back home, I would have never done that.